Right.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, I've got to start off by saying congratulations on the brand new album. I've had a chance to sit down and take a listen to it today, and it's an absolutely fantastic album.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'm over the moon with it as well. I'm really pleased and looking forward to its release next month, so everyone can get to hear it.
Definitely. Do you still get really nervous when you've got a new album coming out? You have been in this business for such a long time now, but do you get nervous or do you get excited when you've got a new album coming out for your fans?
Well, I'm definitely excited about this one because I know it's a belter.
Yep.
You know, there's 13 brand new songs on it. The most amazing, like, huge production on it. Great performances, great melodies, and I'm not nervous. I just not with this one at all. So far we've had good responses from few people which have heard it. Like, so you're another one.
Yep.
That's great.
I have to ask.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
carry on.
yeah, I was going to ask, how difficult was it to put together this album during a pandemic? I've read that you said it was a fun album to put together, but how difficult is it to actually record an album during a pandemic? I mean, we're still in stage 4 lockdown here.
Um, well, we decided last year we were going to try and put an album out by the end of 2020. So in January, the way I remember it is we got together in our place, in our studio, and we taped some sound check ideas last year. So we made some songs out of them, and then Todd showed up then with a 5 or 6, 7 songs. So we put them into shape. I turned up with some songs, and everyone put in a load of ideas. So basically, by the end of February, we were all rehearsed up. The songs were in shape, and then we had a major lockdown, and all hell broke loose in March. So luckily, we have our own studio, which Todd runs. Todd's in charge of it. So we just put the album together there, like, one or two of us would go in with Todd, for a couple of days, so we'd all be socially distanced there in different rooms and stuff. So we were in no rush
Yep.
to get it done. So that's the way we put this album together.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
mean
so at least we got something worthwhile out of 2020 anyway.
definitely,
You
yeah.
know.
What has lockdown been like for you? Because here it's been very, very strict. How have you coped with lockdown and not being able to get out on the road and play shows?
Well, it gets it's frustrating, especially for my boys in the band and all that. And all of us. We had our busiest year booked as well. To date, we had so many festivals booked this year and a few tours and stuff. And we've just been unable to go ahead. So we've started booking stuff for next year now, but it's anyone's guess. But I'm an optimist, so I'm hoping things will get back to normal sooner rather than later. It's been a knock-on effect with everyone, not just in the music business. It's affected everyone,
Yep.
It's kind of out. It's kind of normally, I can if being a dad and stuff. If you can, a parent, you can kind of put things right. Any problems, you can go some way to sorting things out. Making things right to some extent. But this is totally out of control, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It feels so helpless, like. So just gonna sit tight now.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
we'll still keep writing songs, whatever happens.
Yep.
Keep putting them out.
Talking about writing songs, you mentioned before that this is an album full of belters, and I agree. It's an album where any track could have been a single. What kind of things were inspiring you guys when you sat down to write this album?
Just just cool riffs, and the structures of songs. We leave all the lyrics to Neil, and he's come up with and melodies. Like he's come up with some. I guess it's fairly deep lyrics. Some of the things I don't quite know what, but I think if you investigate some of them, you'd have to ask Neil about some of them. But we just want to make music that kicks our ass, and kick people everyone that buys the records ass.
Yep.
Just cool stuff.
Yeah. We mentioned before you've had such an amazing career in the music industry. What's it like being able to be in a band with your sons? Because that's not something that a lot of musicians are able to achieve during their careers.
No, it's quite a unique dynamic. It's very different than Motorhead, but it's just as much fun. It just happened to be my sons in a band. My wild days are basically over after Motorhead anyway. I stopped drinking now and stuff. It was getting boring after 30 odd years, and,
yeah.
Not getting a lot of sleep for 30 odd years. So it's great now. We go on tour. The boys will have some beers. They'll share a bottle of rum. We go bowling, and if we're in a major city, we'll try and go to the art museum, and just watch some comedy stuff, or they play the games. Like it's just you try and make it as much like home as you can, really.
Yep.
But throw in the odd bowling alley and museum, like so.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's pretty cool.
Todd also had a lot more hands-on with this album as well, being the engineer and recording it in his studio. Tell us a little bit about what it was like working with your son in such a technical capability as well.
Todd produced my solo album, Old Lion Still Roar. That was out last year, and he's been recording me with bits and pieces and the boys. He records their other bands. He's as closest to this band as anyone could get close, like, and he's so amazing. His ears and his technical knowledge and his musical capability is fantastic, like. So he just got huge sounds. He got big cool tones on the guitars. He got cool tones on all the instruments and everything. And we worked in conjunction with you. For the second time, Todd wanted Soren Anderson to mix, because Todd wanted a fresh set of years on after being so involved with the album. So we had Soren, who's Glenn Hughes' guitar player.
Yep.
So we had Soren he mixed my solo record last year as well. So we were happy to have Soren to mix this, but then they were back and forth on phone calls all the time discussing bits which the human ear probably wouldn't be able to notice anyway.
Yeah.
What these perfectionists are like. So, Todd just wanted to step back after, doing all the production, the mixing, and Soren's got an idea of what we wanted anyway, good idea.
Yep.
Soren's an accomplished artist in his own right. So, it was great. Todd's the best one for the job for us, like, He's made some great albums for people.
Yeah. Phil, there's a real atmosphere with this album as well. When you sit down to listen to it, there's a real atmosphere there, but you also sound like a band on this album that wants to do things differently. Was that something that you guys talked about when you were heading into the album?
No, we don't want to sound anything cliched. We wanted to sound, like us, basically. We weren't trying to copy anyone or do anything in the style of anyone else. It's just our influences and our talents coming together. Make sure each song is a belter. Just get it as good as we can.
Yeah.
And the hardest thing was deciding what order to put the songs in on the track listing.
Yep.
basically. And that's when, especially never had 13 before. No, so. But I think we got there in the end.
Yep. How do you work that out? Do you sit down and just discuss which track goes where, or how do you actually come to that conclusion of what the track listing will be?
Well, you try not to. Rule number one is try not to bore the listener.
Yep.
Or you can put it another way, try to keep the listener excited.
Yep.
So, you don't want so many songs in a row in the same key. You don't want them with the same beat. You want to take a breather here and there to slow it down and whatever, and then build it back up with crescendos and stuff.
Yeah.
You just want people to be an enjoyable listen from start to finish. If people are gonna, so a lot of people will listen to it all the way through,
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I get a feeling with this fun album there that you guys are heading out onto the road next year after being locked down. You must almost be like a lion trying to break out of a cage right now, wanting to play live. Is that a pretty good way to sum it up?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, we've got all these brand new songs now as well, ready to go. So we started booking some gigs now for next year, but whether they're going to be happening or not, it's another thing. Hopefully, I'm an optimist, so sooner rather than later,
Yep.
we can all have a vaccine and get back to normal,
Definitely. Well, Phil, I know we are running out of time very, very quickly, so I'd like to ask before I go, is there anything you would like to say to your Australian fans out there before they go out and grab this album when they can?
Yes. I know all the Australian fans there are serious rock and roll connoisseurs, so they take no prisoners. You don't suffer fools gladly. So hopefully our album will pass the test, and things can get back to normal. We'll have an injection each, and we'll come down and see you all very soon, because it's long overdue, and I've loved visiting and playing Australia as well.
Definitely. Well, I'll definitely be there when you come back to Australia. Phil, it's been an absolute honour chatting to you tonight. Thank you so much, and hopefully we do get to see you in Australia soon.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic, that will, yeah.
Definitely.
For everyone. Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
cheers.
Cheers. Have a great day. Bye.
Okay, good evening, yeah, bye.